So yeah, that's a nice segue into our main topic of discussion, which is gatekeeping within anime. So this is something that, well, I was of the assumption that it was something that was really prevalent like early on in like fandom culture online. It's something that came up a lot, but as anime became more accessible and mainstream, kind of petered out. But as you've all seen, like just one example with like Megan Thee Stallion, who's been quite like out and proud about her love for like certain anime, specific anime characters. She's like doing like makeup cosplays and stuff, and then people are always trying to just kind of like really doubtful over her like interest in anime, just because she's like, I don't know, she's a rapper who like raps about raunchy things, does like a makeup,
she's pretty,
she shakes her ass, she's sexy. So she also, if she says she likes anime, she must be pandering to whom, I don't know, because I don't think someone like Megan is checking for basement dwellers. But these things still come up all the time, even though it's like 2020. So yeah, I think the first question I just want to like throw to everyone is, what have been your experiences with gatekeeping? And it doesn't have to be personal, it can just be things you witnessed in terms of gatekeeping within anime or anime fandom.
Well, I think for me, firstly, gatekeeping just tends to be a method people use to put barriers between newcomers and a certain type of material, whatever that may be. In my experience, I mean, I started watching anime, reading manga quite early on. So while it was still niche, while it's still underground, while people only did it because they wanted to, it wasn't like a passing thought, oh, let me just check out this anime, or let me just check out, people were actively pursuing it. Back then, everything was good. People were always trying to convince people to watch anime at the time, I remember, but a lot of people just weren't interested. As time went on, you started to see the anime community becomes a lot more close-knit in a sense. So it's a lot more structured. So you have, the people that put out anime content, people that discuss anime, you have people that, like for example with manga, they clean manga, they sub manga, sub anime. You started to have different sections, and it wasn't just in Japan now, it was in the US, in Europe, and all sorts. As time went on, people started to identify themselves as, anime fans, or otakus or whatever. And I think it grew. I think partly due to, partly, I'd say in the UK, definitely partly due to like the big three.
Yeah, I agree.
Partly due to the big three.
I think the big three, and maybe, well, I'll say DBZ, but it's more so the big three, I feel, as you said.
I think
it's more so the DBZ as well.
I think with DBZ, people knew it as DBZ, but they didn't really
know it as anime.
That's true.
Yeah. That's why I say it's more so, the big three. I agree with what you said, actually, yeah.
Whereas with, for example, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece,
we properly knew they were anime by then. We start. That's probably what built. That's, for example, built my interest in anime as well. The big three, because my friend had them burnt onto a stupid amount of CDs. Naruto on a big stack of CDs. Bleach, I borrowed them. I remember it was like one summer in 2005. Oh, sorry, not me actually. My bad. my friend. I went to his to watch them. I went to his to watch them, but I didn't know how to get where I had to pay for a legitimate service to watch them. So I had to go watch it at his throughout the summer. But those were the big. That's what really made me realize, proper anime. And then I started getting interested into other things, other anime, etc. So the big three were, as Chris said, a big influence into starting to get me into and like you said, him into anime, and even to manga as well, because I think it was Naruto before Shippuden came out. I started to read the manga because I wanted to see what was happening. So, and then that's what started getting me into manga as well.
I think with Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, there was a large following in this country. I mean, relatively large following in this country. And I think it was like a massive relief to some to see it now go on mainstream television. But then around the same time, you started to see the gatekeepers really come into fruition. You started to see people like, oh, you only started watching it when it came out on this. I've been watching it since then. You don't know this. You don't know that. You weren't with us when we were getting picked on, blah, 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 blah.
There's Naruto running in the hallway like a basement dweller.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
You weren't there when we did our sponsored Naruto run. No, seriously, that was the thing.
I'm dead.
But like, that's when it started to properly come out, and you started to see the massive divides between people who discovered anime on terrestrial television and people who discovered anime in chat rooms and on LimeWire and whatnot. And I think where they attach their identity to anime so strongly, like they relate themselves to anime and manga primarily before anything else.
Yeah.
Having people come and say, yeah, I watch anime as well, kind of, they feel like it dismisses their existence.
Yeah, it's like a personal attack.
Yeah, like why? But it doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you want more people to be interested in anime and manga?
I think
it only helps.
Yeah, I think it's like you kind of answered it already. Like, people like that, they've turned it into a personality trait instead of just like an interest or hobby they have.
Yeah.
So if someone's just like has like a casual interest in anime, it's like offensive because like to them, like, this is my life. Like you don't really get it, which is kind of sad to think about. But yeah.
I think for me, I didn't really experience gatekeeping at the beginning because on social media I was anon, so I always had an anime character or some kind of whatever on my Avi. So I think I did follow a lot of people from anime Twitter early on, and it was fine. Obviously everyone was just enjoying the vibes and everything. And then I think after I started being more visible online, I had to kind of remove myself from that, because even if I didn't experience it personally, I would see a lot of specifically Black women, for some reason, I don't know why, them getting a lot of like, people interrogating them like, oh, so you're into anime, so what's Naruto's mom's name? Like, it's the dumbest, literally the dumbest questions. And if you actually think about it, a lot of Black women specifically don't even watch, they have a broader taste in anime than a lot of the people from anime Twitter who just watch shonen. Black women are always into like slice of life, shoujo, all the thrillers, whatever. But I don't know, it's just ever since I became more visible and I've started seeing a lot more Black women into anime as well, I'm seeing way more gatekeeping with them specifically. I don't see it with any other, I don't see it with Black men. In fact, it's the Black men that's doing it.
Please.
It's true though, because
it's
also
literally
going to be within
if anything, when it came to Meg Thee Stallion's comments, it was Black men specifically.
That one looked like a toad. That one looked like a frog.
Exactly. So I don't understand why Black women specifically are gatekept more than anyone else. Like, I think when you think of people that watch anime or into nerdy things, people have this kind of like image in their mind. When it's a woman, it's a white woman who has different colored hair or whatever. I mean, that's what I'm assuming their image is. But a lot of regular Black women are into anime, and whenever we're openly discussing our topic, whatever anime we're into, it's like, oh well, you just got into it when Netflix brought it out, or if like, it's just there's so much hostility, or just they don't welcome us as easily as they do any other person. Too fast.
You're right, I've seen that a lot. So what I don't see what is so wrong with as you said, Black women liking anime. You both watch a whole different range of animes and stuff, but it seems like some people are just bottom dwellers that just talk the most and just seem like it's such a shock, or just put not just what was it, demeaning comments. They do some snide stuff as well. Seeing some to probably try and use it as thing. Oh, I think maybe she's done me, you can do this or that, and trying to get in there. It's shameless. I've seen some people do actually, to be honest. So it's
I think you guys mentioned it. It's because they made it into a personality trait and not just a hobby, and that's why they feel attacked. Like personally, they actually feel offended when we watch it. Like I'm just like, are you sick?
Like imagine the most prevalent, like it's most prevalent with the
help, because what the fuck? It's just a show.
Literally that you need to get help. It's literally that, because it's a sickness.
I like it just as much as you do. Like
it's actually a sickness.
They really can't coexist with other people that look like us in their space.
I see it here and there, but you guys probably see it more so than I would probably, because I don't. Well, I say that because I don't really follow a lot of these accounts or pay attention on my Twitter, etc. But I know it definitely happens a lot. I've got, you guys have said it enough, for example, and I've seen we've got other friends that have also gone through this stuff as well. The it is a sickness. It really is. Like, it's not just for you. There's a space for. It's not just for.
Specifically with cosplayers, you're right, because either they get told you can't cosplay a certain character.
Okay, I've seen.
Or they get told that you're cosplaying a character that you don't know. Like, a lot of them will be like, you're just cosplaying this character because she wears revealing clothes or she looks cute, but you don't actually watch this anime. Like, who are you? How do you know? Like,
honestly, I just think that the reason these guys all pick on black female anime fans and cosplayers is because they see them as easy targets. Honestly, because if for example you have a case where it's let's say a physically imposing person who's cosplaying a character, you're less likely to see negative comments or people trying to call them out, even in cases where they don't know that much about anime. It's only when they prove without doubt, Michael B. Jordan, for example, that their knowledge of anime is very sketchy.
Kill me.
that they proceed to start bullying and the gatekeeping starts to occur. But I tend to find that not just females, black females in particular, people just see them as easy targets because they're usually on the brunt of like insults anyway on Twitter, regardless of whether it's anime or not.
There was I don't know if you remember, it went viral, like I think, just double checking now, it has over 100k retweets. It was a black girl, her art was Vaniel, and she cosplayed Mizuko from Demon Slayer. And just the hate she got was relentless until the tweet got enough traction that people basically used her as a case study to kind of like stand up for like black girl cosplayers.
Is she the one that they made fan art for?
Yeah. And so they made
and this is what, as you said,
like,
it's a sickness, man. It's a sickness.
And it just made me say that usually these things are easy because when you see things happen enough, it still irritates you, but you manage to like scroll past and whatever.
But now you've seen how visible it's been made like, this case.
This tiny like young girl, she's like, first time doing cosplay, I'm kind of nervous, and people calling her N-word and gorilla. Like,
bro,
what is wrong with you?
Like, you're actually sick. like someone is just there enjoying their life and you're there oh my god, like, no, it is a sickness.
It's just absolute sickness. It's absolute sickness.
I love how we just like discuss like the psychology behind it. I think we kind of like unanimous in realizing it's like when you don't have an identity outside of this kind of hobby, that's when gatekeeping can manifest from, because you feel like attacked or threatened in some way.
Yeah, the other people are different.
So while none of us are like that, I think anime elitism kind of like relates to this discussion a bit, because we're not gatekeepers, but we can still look down on certain people for the shit they're into. I'm looking at Chris.
Fairy tale.
According to Chris, you have to watch certain movies by certain directors with a notebook and a pen and a calculator, and that translates into like anime as well, innit? Like, if I said my favorite anime was Sword Art Online, Chris, what would your response be? Oh, Abby, I saw that.
if you said that, I'd probably.
Fairy Tail's my top 2, and it ain't 2.
Chris,
okay.
Chris, wait. Hey, Chris, what would you say if I thought Black Clover was better than Hunter x Hunter?
Why have they discharged you from the mental hospital?
Oh, you see. Can I be honest? Yeah, with anime elitism, you need a bit of it to actually make discussions fun. Otherwise, it's just everyone's like, "Woo, we all watch the same. We all watch different animes. Let's coexist." Wow, okay, but it wouldn't be as fun. Like, I'm sorry, but we need some toxicity. It just to kind of like spice up our conversations. But it's all banter at the same time. Like, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna say you're not a real anime fan because you don't watch so and so. But I feel like if you guys don't have a bit of elitism, maybe it's not elitism, maybe it's something else, but
I think
It's elitism.
for me, yeah, it is. But I think for me personally, I'm more elitist. My elitism is directed more at the shows themselves and not at the people that are watching them.
Fair enough.
Obviously, if the person who is watching them identifies themselves with this show, 2 and 2 makes 4.
this is how
But
elitists talk, you know. Like.
but
The gymnastics.
but like yeah, I think there is a bit of elitism. I think there needs to be a little bit of elitism because some shows are bad. The same way some TV shows are bad, same way some movies, books are bad. And we should probably one thing I don't really see reviews of anime series that often. I find that people do rankings of best and worst, but I don't see individual reviews for an entire series that frequently for the most part.
They do exist, but like you said, they're not as commonplace as the ranking. You have to really look for them.
On my anime,
you have to type specific things into like YouTube to find people reviewing actual like manga or anime.
Whereas with, for example, games, that's a given.
Part and parcel.
Every single game is reviewed pretty much. Every single game made.
That's a good point. Never thought of it that way.
And I think the big thing about the elitism in anime is the fact is the anime you enjoy and the anime you like and your favorite anime does say a lot about you as a person. I really do feel like you can judge a lot of people by what anime they watch.
What faces are we making right now?
So for example, people, if you tell me your top 3 is Dragon Ball Z, Fairy Tail, and Black Clover.
Hey, we're gonna offend so many people.
You genuinely need help if that is the case.
I'm staying off Twitter when this episode comes out. Like,
or you're 12 years old.
If that's your top 3,
you're 12 years old.
I don't want to have an anime discussion with you.
Yeah.
At all. Fact, like not discussing anime with you because
you can enjoy it, but like what we're gonna talk about. Power ranking, whatever. How loud our MC shout.
Okay.
I don't know. What would you be talking about?
Like, there's certain things that I when people make certain comments about certain anime, alarm bells start ringing. Hunter x Hunter was too confusing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. I get that. Especially the people that don't like Hunter x Hunter. I start to question that as well because they come up with some nonsense. Oh, this is rubbish.
You can say it's overrated.
So if Hunter x Hunter is in their top 3, they're definitely elitists. That's all I have to say. They're absolutely elitist. If Hunter x Hunter is in their top 3,
what is the elitist top 3?
Reading. Hunter x Hunter, you have to read.
But Hunter x Hunter, Berserk, and one obscure manga or anime. I don't know.
I'd say the elitist anime. If I'm going anime alone, I would probably say.
He's gonna say his top 3, by the way.
No. I'd probably say the elitist anime is probably gonna be
1997 Berserk.
It has to be. Oh, it's a hard one. I'd say Samurai Champloo.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's very elitist because just because a lot of people just have not watched it.
Wow. Maybe because I'm black, I just assume everyone just watched it.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't watch it. But obviously, I think Code Geass is another one that's very elitist.
You know what? The diagram I saw, I think I thought it was like a shitpost kind of diagram, but hearing everyone talk right now is actually facts. Like, so it's a pyramid. It's a caste system of anime fans. At the bottom, we have the Untouchables.
Okay.
Fairy Tail, Sword Art Online. Above that, we have entry-level weeb. That's Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach.
Yeah.
Above that, we have Weeaboo. That's right in the middle. Death Note, Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul, One Punch Man, One Piece, Detective Conan. Otaku, Full Metal Alchemist, Code Geass, Steins Gate, Hunter x Hunter. And at the top, we have Elite Anime Fan, Berserk 1997, so finally got that right. Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, and Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
I think that's facts.
It's facts. Cowboy
Okay.
Bebop and Galactic Heroes are in my top 5.
But that's the thing. If Cowboy Bebop is there, I would say that Samurai
You're an
Champloo
elitist.
would probably
I didn't
just
think I
about
was
fit in
until
as well.
I saw this, and then we also had
But
a
Hunter x
discussion.
Hunter's up there. If it's
Hunter-
your
Hunter-
top 3.
Hunter x Hunter is right below Elite Anime Fan in this diagram.
Yeah, and Code Geass is an otaku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's compare that elitist to the celestial dragons in One Piece. And say the Untouchables is like the fishmen.
So Untouchables, you work on the farm, basically. Elite Anime Fan, you're in the mansion, you don't go outside, you're wealthy, you don't need to, you haven't worked a day in your life, no calluses on your hands.
I mean, I don't know about that, but if Black Clover and Fairy Tail and who else is in your top 3, then we're gonna have to not have.
That's the thing. You can watch it, you can enjoy it, but
there's so many trash stuff that I enjoy, and I don't care what anyone says, but I wouldn't put it in my top 3.
like,
No.
yeah.
I think I like to multitask, otherwise I feel like I'm useless. So like
Wasting your time,
yeah, I need to do my laundry. I can watch Girlfriends while I do that. But with anime, because I don't want to watch the dub.
Yeah, because we're too elite.
I can't understand.
That's one thing I will always be elitist about. I don't care what anyone says. If you watch dubbed, you're weird. Like, I don't get it.
I
don't care what anyone says.
Hold on.
That's true.
Hold on. I'm a big sub fan. Like, I watch everything subbed. And that's not just anime. No matter what I'm watching, if the original
I try to watch in the native language as well.
I think you're racist if you don't.
I'll always watch I'll watch the native language.
Yeah, same.
Anyway,
with subs, yeah.
But anyway, the thing with anime and the advantage of anime is that, first of all, they aren't real people talking. They're animations. So long as the dub is true to the sub, at least, there isn't really an issue.
I think
there is.
I don't think so.
Convey everything as much. Like, it depends on the genre.
We can't convey everything with sub neither.
Yes, you can. Or not everything, but you can convey as much. And if you've watched anime enough, like, there are some things that you get used to. You get used to some of the jokes. You get used to some of the, like, you know, if you've been watching it for a while, like, if you're just starting out, fair enough. But if you've been watching anime for a while, there are some things that you even understand the translation isn't translating it accurately, but you kind of understand what's happening.
But as you said, you'd have to be watching it for a while in order to gain that knowledge and experience.
Watching sub,
I think
you'll get it.
It's not about.
If you start watching dub, then
when
you know
you're
what I know for a
gatekeeping
fact.
right now.
If you're a newcomer, I suggest. I don't give a fuck. If you're a newcomer, don't watch dub, because that's what you're gonna get stuck on dub. Like, you're gonna get stuck on dub, and you're just gonna think, oh, I can't get into sub because I don't have time to watch it, blah blah blah. But if you've watched subbed for a period of time, like, I understand, like, it's, you know, it's a little bit difficult and you can't multitask or whatever, but once you get used to it, it's way better than dubbed. Like, I'm sorry.
Depends.
And that goes for everything. If you watch a foreign movie in dubbed, I'm sorry to say, you might actually be racist, because why? Why would you do that?
You know what?
Why would you do that?
High key, I hear it, because my mom watches.
Why does everything have to be English?
My mom watches the Spanish dramas on Netflix, and she refuses to read the sub. She always watches on the English dub, and it's so awkward.
Unless you,
I think I tried that with Money Heist, and I have to go back to the.
No, she's watching Money Heist in English dub.
Why? I had to go back to the
subtitles.
I had to go back to the subs.
You actually need help.
But the thing with anime, I think it depends as well. Some dubs actually look quite well done, to be fair. I feel like the Fullmetal Alchemist one's
the Fullmetal Alchemist stuff is good.
Other than I don't know about Dragon Ball Z. I don't know about Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z had a great English
dub was elite.
Yeah, it was actually elite.
Forget
that was one I preferred watching English dub than Japanese.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
watched
so-
Dragon Ball
Broly in
Z.
English first.
Sonic X English dub.
Oh, I don't know about any
Yeah,
of
that was good
right?
actually. Yeah, that
Sonic
was-
X
But right
period.
now, do you know
Yeah,
any
Sonic
other?
X.
Do you know any other dubbed? Do you know any other dub that's better than the subbed, other than Dragon Ball Z and them man? That was
Better?
like back in
No,
the days. Yeah.
but hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
we're
on,
not
hold on,
saying
hold on.
that. We're not. That's not what we're trying to say.
Hold on, Abby.
I'm
The
asking.
thing
I'm
is,
asking.
you're saying you should get used to this, blah blah blah. I've grown up with subbed anime.
Yeah.
It's just been a thing. I didn't have an
Mhm.
option. That's all there was
Oh,
when
you
I
mean
started
dubbed?
watching.
And
anime.
so, if you did have an option, you
No,
would have
I
chosen dubbed.
started watching subbed.
Yeah.
If I had easier access to dubbed, I would have been watching dubbed, probably. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe it's just me then.
I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, so I started watching anime on terrestrial TV, on normal TV programs on TV
Mhm.
channels. All of that is dubbed. All of it. Pokemon, Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
It's all
I
dubbed.
didn't know Sailor Moon was called Usagi until I was in like 16.
I did
because
not
she was
know until,
Serena
like-
when they
Yeah, I
when
always
they
knew
switched
her
up on
Serena.
Yeah.
Fox
Yeah, I
Kids.
always knew her Serena until like
Serena
Yeah.
and
games that we
Damien.
had.
No,
Until like games that we had, that's when I
Usagi
found out she was a Saki.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was
Maybe it's
14,
me
not
then,
16.
'cause from a young age.
Even Ash's name isn't Ash in flipping Japan.
Satoshi.
Yeah, Satoshi. Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
like
maybe it's just
all-
me. Maybe.
all of that we watched dubbed.
Mhm.
So in terms of convenience, there's no argument about which one is easier to watch. There's no argument. And you shouldn't really have to fight an uphill battle to watch these shows. Some people don't have the time to focus all their attention on a TV show.
Mhm.
And for those people, a dub might be helpful because